Hey guys, what's going on? TheRealOGnick here guys, another video, and today guys we'll be going over a big topic. That's why this video is probably going to be really long. I apologize for that, but this video needs to be out there. I feel like this needs to be shared around and showing people why I think skill power is broken and why I think it needs to be scaled down and changed. Now, as you can see, I am rocking a very basic Tactician's Authority build, vigorous chest piece, inventive backpack, and overall 4-piece tack, with talented, competent on my weapons, and whatever other talents I have. I don't know, I have determined, and then I have brutal. So, pretty basic build here, pretty much what you see any tack user use for the most part. And overall, I just want to test out what is the difference with 30% skill power just from the 4-piece tack, and then we'll go ahead and test out the numbers you get in your skills and the increase of the skill power from Death by Proxy plus Talented. Now, if you guys don't know, if you kill a skill in this game and you have Death by Proxy and Talented, you will gain an increase of 35% skill power for 20 seconds. That is an insane amount of skill power just for killing a basic skill. Now, not to mention, with 4-piece tack, you can gain an upwards of 30% skill power bonus just for your team hitting enemies and you not popping a skill and basically waiting for the right time to use it. Now, I think we can all agree that you won't get 30% that often, but you'll gain at least 10 to 15, even 20% skill power for the most part with at least how Last Stand in the Dark Zone goes. Because yes, you'll be popping a lot of heals, but if your whole team's fighting, you're going to gain that bonus pretty quickly. So I think we can all agree that if you combine both of these aspects, you're going to gain easily 40 to 50% skill power no matter what you do, just for simply using this piece of gear and with how the scaling is with the skills. Now, as you can see, I am not using any performance mods because I do not want that to affect my numbers. I want to show you guys the base raw numbers that is at the minimum of what my damage can do and my healing can do, not including the healing power of extra 6% on there to gain a total of roughly 24% for ally or self, or 12% for both, and not including the secret mines with 4% damages on those, increase of 16%. Along with the turret with the 16% there, on everything else in there. I'm not going to go over all of that, but as you guys, you can get the idea. I'm just going over the base numbers with what my build is and how it works. So as you can see, I have 372,055 skill power. This is basically what I got. It's a pretty average build there. So we're just going to go over the base numbers right now, and then we're going to go ahead and skip along to where I have 30% from the attack bonus, go over those numbers, and then go over the numbers with the Death by Proxy and Talented, and then talk about why it's broken, why if you increase it just a little bit it can be broken, and how skill power is the issue and not the skills themselves. So we're going to start off with our pulse. We're going to go with the tactical scanner because it's the most widely used pulse I think we can all agree on, and does the most damage. So the critical hit chance is 37.10% with a crit damage of 49.4%. Pretty good numbers there, of course, but that is my base. My defib does 187,938 self-heal with 334,451 ally heal. Pretty good numbers here, of course, but again, without any ally or self-heals on here, just raw numbers. My support station, we have a healing rate of 15,426 HP per second, which is basically how much healing you get per second while you're in the ring of healing. Then it has a 257,093k health, which is the health pool of the actual support station, how much damage it can take before it breaks. Also, we're going to take a look at the lifetime of 92.9 seconds, because yes, with increased skill power will increase your lifetime of your support station, so keep that in mind as well, guys. So my BFB, again, I'm choosing the BFB because, again, it's the most widely used. So the BFB, your explosive damage off rip for me with 372k skill power is 1,028,371 explosive damage. So just by using this, I have 1,000,000. Even the base, I have 771k. So either way, I'm doing a ton of damage with it. So it's pretty insane. Now, for my Dragon Breath, I've got, obviously, the fire chart here, the Dragon Breath, because, again, it's the most widely used. You can also look at the numbers for the active sensor. As you can see, it's a little weaker, and but you can kind of get the idea. I'm going with this because I feel like if you take the consideration the increase of skill power, that it makes this super strong, then you add Firecrest into that mix, it's insane. That's why turrets are so strong in this game currently. So the damage on here is 12,282 HP. And the health on it is 431,956. The lifetime does not go up or down with the skill power, surprisingly, but it does with the support stations. That's kind of a neat thing to know to looking for your builds. The Secret Mind, the most controversial thing in the game right now, has a base of 154,256k damage, which for the majority of players will not one-shot anyone unless they have 0 health on their build, which is nothing in stamina, and they have no health rolls on anything. But even with that, if you have 1 health roll on something, for the majority, you'll pretty much survive it. Yes, you'll be 1 or 2 shots away from dying, but for the most part, you will survive it. So, at least for me, I'm at roughly 184,000 health with just 2 things in health. So, you can kind of get the idea on how much health you need to survive a base Seeker with no increase in skill power at all, just off rip. Now, the health on here is 77,128 to kill the Seekers. Just want to keep that in mind because that number does go up with the skill power going up, so I want to keep that in mind. I will not be going over the mobile cover, smart cover, and ballistic shield again, guys, because they're not used that often. Yes, the ballistic shield is probably used the most out of these 3, but all the increases from what I've been testing is just the health. So, not that big of a thing. If you want to know any numbers, I know the reactive targeting, I remember off the top of my head, goes up to 3.8 mil with just a 30% bonus. But overall, not much you can go with this because the damage increase and damage resistance stays the same. You actually need performance mods to change those. So, not really going to go over that. And same thing with smart cover. Don't really think it's worth going over. Same with the mobile cover. No one really uses mobile cover in this game, unfortunately. But that's why I'm sticking with these 6 talents. So those are my base, guys. I will cut to one. I have 30% from my 4-piece stack, and I'll show you guys the numbers there. Alright, guys, we have now got our tack bonus of 30% from the 4-piece Tactician's Authority talent bonus. So let's go ahead and look at our numbers, guys. Our skill power is now at 461,348 skill power. That is an increase from our base that was 372,055. That is an increase of 89,293 skill power. So with 30% bonus, we go up 89,000. So a big bonus there, guys, for not really having to do anything except have our teammates shoot enemies. And again, I do understand the fact that you won't get this bonus all the time. But like I said, when we talk about talented and death by proxy, it will all make sense. Now, for our skills, this kind of where it kind of gets interesting. So our pulse does a 45.7% crit chance and a 61% critical hit damage now, which is an increase from the base of 8.6% crit chance and 11.6% crit damage. So basically, our pulse has increased 8.6% in crit chance and has increased 11.6% crit damage. That's how much stronger our pulse has gotten. As you can see, this pulse is insane. 45.7% crit chance is it's god tier because the max is 60%. So all you need is like 1 or 2 mods with crit chance and you're fine. So it's pretty insane there. Our defib, which has gone up a lot, and you gotta keep in mind no performance mods here, guys. Just straight raw skill power increase from what is given to us in game. So our defib has a 231,928k self heal, and our ally heal is 412,735 HP. That's our self and our ally heal. This is increasing from the base of a 43,990 self heal and a 78,284 ally heal. So our self heal went up 43,000, almost 44,000, and our ally heal went up 78,000. So insane numbers there. 78,000. If someone's not running any health on their build, that's damn near half their health. So as you can see, that is a lot of healing extra that is just given to you just because of shooting. And again, I won't keep saying it, but to say it one more time, we will go into talented and death by proxy and how it's just broken when you combine all of this. So the support station, some interesting numbers here in my opinion, because the support station has a 19,253 healing, and it has a 320,883 HP. This will give an increase of 3,827 healing, in a 63,790 increase in our overall health on the support station. Remember, the base lifetime was 92.9 seconds. Now the lifetime is 111.5 seconds. So as you can see, the lifetime has increased a lot. It's going to increase roughly 8 or 9 seconds. So you can see it's kind of insane to see that, and how it's just increasing your lifetime just simply from skill power, and nothing else really changes. So the support station has increased a lot here, which is really crazy. As you can see further in the video, healing increases a ton when you add more and more skill power. So our defib now is 1,283,533 explosive damage. That is a difference of 255,162. So it's gained 255,000 damage roughly. So that's what it's damaged at now. So 1.2 mil, pretty good numbers there. So our Dragon Breath, aka Fire Turret, has a damage of 15,329 and a health pool of 527,642 HP. This is an increase of 3,047 damage and a life pool of health pool, my bad, of 95,686 HP. So now 527,000 health, you're gonna take forever to kill this thing. It's gonna take a lot for you to do it, and 15,000 damage doesn't seem like a lot, but considering we're not using Firecrest, considering we don't have performance mods, and considering we don't have talent or death by proxy activated, that is insane mod damage per second on an enemy. So yeah, keep that in mind. Our Secret Mine is now 192,530 damage. Our HP for it is now 96,265. This is an increase of 13,594 in damage, which again doesn't seem like a lot. Off when you just say, okay, 13,000 damage, it's not a lot, but 192,000. Like I said before, I run roughly 184,000, which is 2 things in health, which is a lot of glass cannon builds. They don't run any stamina, but they run some health mods here and there. As you can see, I would get one shot from this. Off rip, no performance mods, I'd get one shot. A lot of players would get one shot if they don't use countering for this, which I will talk about in another video on how to counter Secret Mines. I believe it's easy, but some people just don't think so. So I will try to help you guys out with that. But as you can see, that is the increase. And now the health is 96,265. The base health on the Seeker was 77,128. So that is a pretty big increase, guys, of roughly 18,000 in the health, which doesn't mean a whole lot in retrospect when you're talking about shooting Seekers. But still, that's a pretty big increase to almost 100k health on just a Seeker. So these are the numbers with just 30% skill power increase just from the normal 4 piece of Tactician's Authority. So now we would go into the DZ with a friend and talk about talented and death by proxy and the numbers you get from that. With testing the skill power with the talented and death by proxy increases, what I will say is there isn't much of an increase compared to the attack with the 30%, obviously because it's only 5% increase, but here are the numbers. For my skill power, I go to 476,230k skill power. This is an increase from my base of 372,055. That is an increase of 104,175k skill power. With my pulse turns into a 46.3% crit chance, 61.8% crit damage, which is an increase of 9.2% crit chance and 12.4% crit damage on my pulse. My Seeker becomes a 196,161k damage Seeker with a 97,581 health pool, which increases my damage by 41,905 for my base and my overall health by 20,453 health for my base. My BFB is 1,301,075 damage, which is an overall increase from my base of 272,704. My support station is now 19,516 in healing, has a 112.8 second lifetime, and has 325,269 HP, which is an overall increase of 4,090 healing, 19.9 second more lifetime, and an overall 68,176 more health of the support station. My defib has an overall 234,952 self-heal and a 418,117 ally heal. This is an overall increase from the base of 47,014 self-heal and an 83,666 ally heal. My fire turret has a 15,539 damage and 534,220 health pool with an overall increase of 3,257 damage and 102,264 health on my fire turret. When looking at the numbers with the attack bonus and the death by proxy plus talented skill power, which is a total of 65% for roughly 20 seconds whenever you use the skill, of course, you do see diminishing returns. And I will admit, Yes, there are diminishing returns, and I will show you with the numbers, but at the same time, this isn't including canned food or performance mods. I will talk more about that at the end of the facts of the bonuses and whatnot, but I will talk more about that in the conclusion. So let's get right into the numbers. With talented plus death by proxy and my tack bonus of an extra 30%, my skill power is 565,524, which is an increase from my base skill power of 372,055, which is an overall increase of 193,469k skill power. So that's how much I went up. I went up 193,469k skill power when I have both of these things activated. Pulse will have a 49.5% crit chance and a 66% critical hit damage for a total increase of a 12.4% critical hit chance and a 16.6% critical hit damage. The BFB will have a 1,393,658 damage for an increase from the base of 365,287. The fire turret will have a 16,645 damage and a 568,939 health, which is an overall increase of 4,363 damage and 136,983 health, which is a lot. Like I said, 4,000 plus on like a turret doesn't seem like a lot, but it is in actuality in practical use. A defib will have a 250,913 self heal and a 446,521 ally heal, which is a total increase from its base of a 62,975 self heal and a 112,070 ally heal. The support station will have a 20,905 healing speed, a 119.6 per second lifetime, and a 348,415 health pool, which is a total increase of 5,479 healing, 26.7 seconds of lifetime, and a 91,322 health pool increase from its base. Okay, guys. That was a lot of numbers and a lot of like math and stuff coming at you guys. Like I said, I just really want to break down the skill power with talented, death by proxy by itself, the tactician bonus by itself, and then both combined with my personal build, so you guys can kind of apply it to yours or kind of roughly know what yours is by my testing. Now, what I will say about it is yes, there are diminishing returns. That is a fact, and that is proven here by when I have combined both. There isn't that much of an increase compared to when I just have one or the other increased. Now, the thing I will say about this test though is, as you can see, my Seeker does like 209k I believe, which yes, that may not be a whole lot in your opinion, but for the most players, that's going to one-shot a lot of players if they don't counter it correctly. And not only that, that's not even taking into consideration, I don't have any performance mods. So say I have 16% performance mods worth of damage for Seekers, that's an extra 16% amount of damage for my Seeker. That's a lot of damage. Same thing with your fire turret, same thing with your pulse, same thing with your healing. Everything gets increased with performance mods. So you have to take that in consideration when looking at these numbers and not just say, well, that's not that big of a number. Well, yes, because I don't have performance mods. Also, I don't have skill power on my knee pads. That's like an extra 13,000 I'm losing that I could be having for my skills. Along with that, I want to talk about one other thing that really needs to be fixed and be, I think, nerfed by half is canned food. Canned food gives you a healing increase of 40% for your healing abilities. That means your defibs, your overdoses, your booster, your support stations will have a 40% increased healing ability. That is a lot of healing ability, and combine that with all this skill power, that is an insane amount of healing, especially on my support station. I know it. I've used it. I love it, but I do agree that needs to be fixed because 40% is far too much. That's far too much. It should be around 20%. Because then you have to choose, oh, do I want insane, do I want a better healing, do I want more skill haste, and you have more ideas for builds because you can't have a crutch with that canned food to just give you an insane amount of healing for no real reason for it. Now, that's how I look at it in that way. So, overall, in my opinion, I feel like skill power needs to be reworked a little bit. Because being able to just have talented and death by proxy work like it does right now, where you kill a random skill, you get both of them to proc, that isn't good for the game because you're getting so much skill power without really having to do anything if you really look at it. If they really want to fix it in a way that's not going to piss anyone off and fix the scaling for either that time being or for a while. Make talented not work for killing a object like a skill. Make only death by proxy work. Don't have talented work for it, because that it's kind of broken, if I could say. I don't want to say it is, but it's kind of broken. And as you can see, guys, with just one of those activated, my skill power jumps up so much. Roughly 100k much. There's a pretty much like a 10 to 15k difference between the 30% from my tech bonus and the 35% from death by proxy and talented. So I'm getting 100k skill power for really not doing much. And then, like I said, even if you have both activated, it may not seem like a lot, and you may say, well, Nick, you may not have a 30% bonus all the time, which I 100% agree with, you won't. But even 10, 15, 20% increase from your attack bonus, along with talented and death by proxy, along with performance odds, along with canned food, which if you're using a healing build, that is so much abilities that not only will you be immortal to kill, I've talked about it a lot, I've showed it in my assault healer build. Like, I can not die. Like, I can die, but it takes a lot to kill me, because I have my support station, I have my defib. Well, if I don't want to use the support station, I want damage, I got my super strong pulse, you know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, I think skill power needs to rework a little bit. And even if they don't want to rework it a little bit as in how it scales, because I do think that the scaling is, for the most part, okay with how it is. Because, yes, once you get to the little 500k and higher, you do get a lot of diminishing returns for what you're actually giving as far as your build and skill power. But what I would say is decrease your canned food to 20%. That'd help a lot. And overall, make talented not work with death by proxy. I feel like it shouldn't do that, and that would fix a lot of the one-hit seekers. That fix a lot of the issues that people are complaining about, and it would fix a lot of it. Alright? That is how I look at it. That's how I would fix it. I will have a link in the description of all my math, all my numbers, all my testing in a Google Docs documents, if it works like that. If it doesn't, I'll make a Word document. It doesn't matter. But I will have all the testing on a document in the description if you want to rewatch it or like relook at it, see for yourself, read it yourself, so you can kind of take it in, kind of know the numbers. But yes, guys, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, if it was informational, if it helped you out in the least, please like, comment, and share this video, guys. I would really appreciate it. I worked really hard on this video. It's taken me probably like 3 hours to get all this done, not even including editing. So I really appreciate you guys' support on this. And like I said, just trying to give you guys new insight into skill power and show you guys it's not the skills that are broken, it's everything that goes towards your skill power that can be broken. So next few videos will be talking about stamina, why that needs a rework, and just some more exact reviews, just some more fun videos we're going to come out with here, guys. So thank you for subbing, guys. Thank you for all the support, and yeah, just can't wait to hit 600, guys. You guys have done a lot for me, so keep it going, guys. So yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm TheRealOGnick, and I'm out. Peace.